She go to bed.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the Baltimore Ravens. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. First carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
48 for Mike.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here.
Watch him now, Barney.
On first down, it's Taylor. This is Shepard on the catch. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now Taylor looking for Shepard deep. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Watch him now, Barney.
Play action, it's Taylor. He's got a man, it's Corey Coleman. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 22. First trip to the red zone for the Giants. 1st and 10 at the 19. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. The intended target was Corey Coleman. And now it's 2nd down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it. And he's got his man, Beckham. Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Rosas now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
Come on, let's go!
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Three down.
They run a draw here on second down. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. And some room to work. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make it a second down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down.
Three down. Hey, check. 3 down.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to make it 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. From the right hash, this from 53. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Throwing now, Taylor on first down. And he rifles one incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard. And it's 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. A handoff to Barkley. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter games turn into bigger runs later.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play, and third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 23. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they got to make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. A good pickup there, a 22.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it converted.
Now the ball comes loose, and the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. So a first-quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost them.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Here's the first carry for Alex Collins. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On first, they go right back to Collins. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Vic Beasley able to make the tackle. Second down, Collins. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with 3rd and just a couple.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play. I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. You add in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Off the play fake, here's Taylor. Throw left side complete. It's Shepard. Touchdown, Giants! Sterling Shepard, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants strike quickly here for 6 points. Rosas now to end the PAT. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Rosas now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Ravens taking the field. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, though.
It does test the mental processes of the team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. Back to throw here. He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And that's caught left side. Seals Jones with it. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Play action, now Taylor. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A 2nd one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. They'll look to throw now on first down. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. The Ravens moving quickly here as the clock runs. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here, that's complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up a third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Ravens on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Come on, let's go. What? 90.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to let it go deep for the... Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. Set to return. Here's Raheem Mostert. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Rosas to add the extra point. Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here. Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
They'll set up a throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Andrews.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Looking deep downfield. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now he'll look to throw here on second and 10. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. The Ravens on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be third and forever. He'll drop to throw. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's fourth down. So on fourth down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. New York set to take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we come upon an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And they'll run it here. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. They'll throw on first down with Taylor. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session. But, Coach, I was throwing to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
Breaks through the contact. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A really good pickup of 28 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Taylor on first down. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
They're going deep in the playbook, and a great grab on the other end. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go. From the gun, it's Taylor. To Barkley on the check down. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. This is taken at the 18. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you got to go.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Nigel Bradham. In from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. He'll look to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I know that play went for no yardage, all right? But I like the attempt because the fullback position, whether it's a fullback, a tight end, an H-back, whoever you want in that spot, not known as a primary pass catcher. So sometimes the element of surprise works in your favor. But on that play, give credit to the defensive guys.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion. Force an incompletion and force another punt. That's taken on the 25. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape, 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage. And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively. Again, it's Barkley. Finding room to the 20. Touchdown, Giants! Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going. And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Let's make these babies crawl away.
They go play action here on first down. He gets this one to Michael Crabtree. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
3 down.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They run a draw here on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
57's the mic. 57's the mic.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
After the interception, here's Taylor. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Shepard. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Taylor. He's going to fire one deep over them into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. A right side catch by Crabtree. A good pickup there of 22. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch it off balance.
And he did. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They'll set up to throw. Crabtree with it over the middle. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Landon Collins. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Taylor being chased out left. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Everyone has their strengths, able to move to their right or their left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by pressure. In this situation, able to escape to his left and makes an accurate throw.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
The Giants on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9. Here's a give to Barkley. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Taken in at the 11. A great return there of 22 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. They'll go to Barkley again. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. The Giants on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Play action. It's Taylor. He finds Beckham complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 15 yards through the air and a first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A first down carry for Barkley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Taylor going to throw it. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And a hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Gone!
3rd and long, it's Taylor. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
To throw is Taylor. And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now Saquon Barkley. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Rosas now to add the PAT. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Rosas now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll look to throw here on first down. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he's got this down to the 35. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. Two nice plays. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward, and it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL.